Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew. I'm one of the Veggie boys, and I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, consider subscribing, because we can do a lot of things on this farm, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without your help. If you remember in a video we've had not too long ago, this was completely covered with straw. Gavin and I came through and picked up the pallets, and they got this whole greenhouse cleared out so that we could put our calves in here for winter. The reason why we like to put our calves in here is because it's a lot easier to raise them in this warmth rather than having to deal with the cold winters that we have. And I just want to mention this again, we are not a dairy farm, so we get all these calves from local dairy farmers in the area. We just raise beef cattle, but we try to start them off as calves. And right off the bat, you're probably thinking, oh, Andrew, that's got to be so hard raising them from babies and doing all that. But if you really think about it, we get them on our farm. We can feed them our hay, we can feed them the grain that we grind ourselves. We know everything that goes into it. So we like to get them as here early as possible so that we can start feeding them the way we want to. And when you look at this guy, yeah, he is cute, but in 13 months, so a little over a year, he's gonna be about 1,300 pounds, and he'll be way too big to be in here, that's for sure. Because our farm mainly focuses on vegetables and other aspects of farming, not many people are familiar with how we raise our animals. But as we go through winter, where there's no vegetables to harvest, I'll be sharing with you guys a little more about what we do with the animals.
So all the bins of pumpkins, they get kind of like half emptied by people picking stuff out. So I was going through and moving them, consolidating so we can bring more pumpkins from the shop out and fill it back up.
Matt is just so hardworking. So for those of you that don't know, we finished our pumpkin harvest for the year, and we have a lot of pumpkins up top, and we also have a lot down in the shop. Now I just wanted to share with you guys, a lot of you were curious, you know, how does the ladder work? You know, what are we gonna do with this? So this is how we price our pumpkins out here. You would take your own pumpkin, and then you come to the ladder, and whichever slot it fits through, that's the price of the pumpkin. So this pumpkin would be $3, and it's that simple. If it doesn't fit in this hole, then the pumpkin's $5. It doesn't matter what it looks like, unless we have like a sticker on it, because some pumpkins are special. We have special pumpkins. So unless it's a specific pumpkin, if it fits through the ladder, that's the price. We got everything moved around in front of the farm market. We have room for about 5 or 6 bins. So Dad is bringing up a wagon full of pumpkins that we had in the shop. I'm in our new makeshift turkey pen. We are about to get 200, is it 200 new egg layers? Yes. We're about to get 200 new egg layers, and we're getting ready to put them in the old turkey pen. So we got to clean that out. And then this is going to be where our turkeys are for now. Because now that they're a little bigger, we can have them outside and they don't get bothered by the weather. You can see we got a nice little lean-to hanging off of the sawdust shed, and then we have this little area for the turkeys, and we let them out during the day, so this is just where they're going to be at night for now. As you guys saw, we were working with the animals all morning, and it is really windy out today, but we needed some more tomatoes, only 2 baskets, so I have myself, Daniel, and
I got tomatoes and crumpets.
And we have Lefty out here with us. Joel, tell us what you were doing this morning.
I was feeding horses, and then there was a lot of manure, so I was cleaning the barn out. And then after that, we were working on unloading the last of the pumpkins into storage.
So as you can see, dealing with horses and pumpkins, Joel's had a busy morning. I do remember planting them. Feels like just yesterday. Feels like just yesterday I was planting tomatoes. Now I'm picking them. Almost the end of the season. So in my last video I mentioned that we leave a lot of these tomatoes that go bad here in the field. Now the reason why we do that is so we don't have to spend as much on fertilizer, because it's kind of like mulching in place. We just turn the fields over. The mulch here, this mulch is made of cornstarch, so it's super biodegradable. So we just turn it under and it degrades for us. And then these tomatoes all serve as fertilizer. Now we do allow family to come in and pick tomatoes that they need and a few friends, but there is a lot going on with vegetable farming that people don't know. It's hard to just let anybody in your fields anymore. So we have to be very careful about who we let in our fields, and we get around a lot of that stuff because it's only family working here. But that's basically why we can't just let anybody in our fields anymore. One, it's a safety issue, and there's so many things going on with vegetable farming that people just don't understand. So we can't just let anybody come into our fields. And another thing people don't think about, we do this for a living. We're not farming for fun. Joel, do we raise 80 acres of vegetables for fun?
No. No.
This is our livelihood. So if we, at the end of the season, just told everyone in the area, hey, come pick your own vegetables and stuff, get it out of the field, we wouldn't make any money. And that's just how it works, guys. I'm sure you guys don't go to work just for fun. Like, no, I'm just working for fun today. You don't got to pay me. We don't raise this stuff for fun. We raise this stuff so that we can support our families. So that's why we don't just open up the field also to everybody. We got safety issues. We have things that go with vegetable farming that you just can't let everybody in your field. And this is our livelihood.
There are some things I do for fun. Picking the first basket of tomatoes for the season? Oh yeah. Picking the last basket of tomatoes for the season? Oh yeah. Everything in between, that's work.
So like, how was it being in that cornfield?
I felt like I couldn't say a thing. Anytime I ever made a move, every time I tried to get out of the field, there was more corn. It was so tall, everything was always listening to me.
How eventually did you get out of the cornfield?
I decided when I was walking to just use this foot and do this, and then move like that. And when I did that, there was a person right there that said that they knew where to help me. They knew where I needed to go. And then after they took me to the shelter, that was when Brian found me.
See guys, you need to put tags in the necks of the lefties. That way you can find them. We only needed a few baskets of tomatoes, so we got those. And now we're gonna be picking up some potatoes. Dad is going through and digging them, and now we're just gonna go through with the baskets and pick them up. I forgot to mention while we were harvesting tomatoes, the tomato variety was Plum Crimson. I didn't mention it in my last video. I always mention it, and the one time I don't mention it, people ask, what kind of tomatoes were those? Man, every time. But it was Plum Crimson, and now we're picking potatoes. These are called Evas. Wow, wow, wow. Look at all these potatoes. They're so big. Look at that one. It's the size of my hand. We've been picking up potatoes for a little bit, but now it's lunchtime, so we're gonna head back to the farm and eat. Joel's excited. He hasn't had lunch in, what, 2 weeks?
About, yeah.
Hey Dad, how do you feel about having Lefty back?
Ooh, I forgot about him.
You guys get to see what we're having for lunch today. It's taco salads. Okay, so we have our own beef in there. We have our own tomatoes, our own peppers, lettuce. After lunch, I went and made a delivery. I had to deliver some pumpkins to a local supermarket. So after I took care of that, I came back out to the field, and the boys have been picking up potatoes, and they have a lot of potatoes already in baskets. All the way down through. Lots of red and green baskets full. How's it been going?
Been going smooth. We, the further down the field you get, the less rocks you get, the softer the dirt gets. It's like, ooh.
The potatoes are thinner at the other end.
Are they? Oh, I just hit my camera with a potato.
Get tatered, camera.
Joel, you think
I wanted to play some games on you guys, so while you were planting, I planted some red ones. No. Yeah, I think it's funny.
We are now working on picking the potatoes up that we put in baskets. We're loading them onto this wagon. Normally we would try and use the giant digger that we have, but we honestly don't think there's as many potatoes here as we thought there was gonna be. So we have literally gone through and picked, how many rows were picked already? 5?
Yeah.
We've loaded up 5, and there's a lot of baskets. If you can see down through here, there's a lot of baskets laying, but we don't think it warrants bringing the giant digger out here. So we've been going through, digging them onto the ground, and picking them up by hand. We have a couple more rows to harvest yet today. We have a lot of potatoes on the ground that we have to come through and finish picking up. We already have a wagon full, and if you can see behind me, you'll probably see baskets. We still have a lot of baskets out here yet, but we ran out of baskets to fill up. So we're taking that wagon back to empty it, and then we'll be right back out here. Normally when we're harvesting bins and bins of potatoes, we will take the bins and stack them in this is below our farm market. We call this a potato storage because this is where we would store all our potatoes. Since our harvest isn't going to be as big as we'd like it to be, we're not going to need near the amount of storage. So with these Hearst potatoes, we're dumping them in this blue hopper just to save us a little extra space, and we need the baskets. So the boys right now, they're dumping the potatoes in the hopper, and then these are gonna be the first ones we wash because we can just turn the hopper on and it'll put it over here onto our wash system.
I am supervising. I am watching them work because I'm old. As my daughter-in-law just told me, she called me old and fat, and she says I was gonna hurt myself if I worked too hard. I don't think I'm fat. I don't think I'm old. I think I work pretty good. I'm not gonna say which one it is. They treat me okay, but they let me know I'm old and fat too.
We're trying to put these turkeys in their new pen.
Good guys. Good guy. You are the best turkeys, the smartest turkeys in the world. You're a great turkey herder.
Remember when we used to herd turkeys on the Great Plains of Pennsylvania? We made it back out. Now we're gonna pick up some more potatoes. Dad, I think, is gonna dig one more row out and then another one back, and then we'll have all the potatoes we need for today. Yes. And then we're gonna finish on Thursday.
Hate that when you get a potato under your nail.
Look at these potatoes, guys. Massive.
All right, guys, I gotta get going. I'm heading back to go feed horses. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was close.
With some water.
Dad and Daniel are going to pick an order of green beans that we have, and Matthew and I are going home to take the peeps out of the box and put them in their pen. Well, I mean, I came to unload peeps, but we have a problem.
We already did it. We beat you to it.
Oh, my girls did a good job. Look at this. Oh, they're lively too.
Yeah, they are. They're very happy. You were able to get them too much food. Is that enough food?
No, probably not enough.
Oh,
Well, that was easier than I expected.
Yeah, that went way faster.
What does he think he is?
Oh, you got problems, Dad.
Hey! Get out of that tractor! Don't think you're driving that tractor!
This looks so bad. Everyone's wearing the same shirt and I'm over here in a different one.
You need one of these if you want to get in our tractor. We have more than one wagon, don't worry about it. Man, it's not all about you.
Can it be about me for once?
Dad, can it be about Daniel for once?
No!
Well then, who's it all about?
Me!
We just went down through and loaded some of them up, but we still have a lot laying here, so we just got turned around and we're going the other way. We almost made it to the end, but we ran out of room, so now we have to get the truck and put the rest of the potatoes that we harvested on the truck.
Who ate my tasty cake? That stinking rat.
So guys, we picked over 5,000 pounds of potatoes in one day just using our hands. That's a lot of picking. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was crazy. Over 5,000 pounds of potatoes today.
But I don't think Joel is even going to show up for digging potatoes again. It's like when we go to pick up, he ran off. Whenever there's any physical work, he is gone.
I don't know what's the problem.
Just eat another banana and everything will be okay.
All right, guys, let's see what's for dinner. Let's see what we're having. Ooh, it looks like stuffed shells, a salad, and then what do we have over here?
Chicken.
And then chicken. Oh. Ooh.
Did you have to make the chicken because Tracy would eat the whole pan of stuffed shells?
He said that you called him fat.
I don't. He did earlier.
Yeah, in the
You
video.
told people, Brian?
Yeah, old and fat.
I would never say old and fat together.
So it was Tracy then you're saying said it. I didn't say which daughter-in-law, so I left it up for them to decide.
That's so not true. He's lying. I would never call him old and fat.
Okay, guys, that's where we're gonna end the video today. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
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 Later.